Imagine waking up tomorrow morning, reaching for your phone, and seeing a new bank notification. The Indian government has just directly deposited exactly 1 crore rupees, 10 million rupees, into your account. And they've done the same for every other citizen in the country. To execute this policy for 1.4 billion people, the government has to create an incomprehensible amount of currency. Multiplying the population by 10 million means injecting 14 quadrillion rupees into the economy overnight. The immediate reaction is pure euphoria. Across the country, crushing generational debts are wiped out with a single keystroke. Millions of people log online to immediately book new cars, upgrade their homes, and buy luxury goods they could never previously afford. But as you head out to spend your fortune, you find the restaurants shuttered and the shops locked. The chef has a crow, the shopkeeper has a crow, the delivery driver has a crow. When every person in the system suddenly has the means to stop working, the mechanism that provides goods and services to the wealthy simply ceases to turn. These notes are precisely manufactured cotton paper, watermarked and serialized. They are mathematical claim checks used to exchange for physical goods and human labor. On their own, they provide no warmth, no nutrition, and no shelter. The government successfully willed 14 quadrillion digital rupees into existence, but they did not create a single extra grain of wheat, a single drop of oil, or a single brick of cement. They multiplied the claim checks, but the actual physical wealth of the country remained exactly the same. By the afternoon of day one, the physical economy begins to halt. If you suddenly have 10 million rupees in your checking account, why would you show up for a grueling shift at a brick kiln or a textile plant? People immediately abandon low-wage and manual labor. This creates an instant chain reaction. City bus drivers walk off the job, stranding millions. Farmers leave their ripe harvests to rot in the fields. Cargo sits frozen at shipping ports because there is no one left to operate the cranes. While the labor force evaporates, consumer demand goes nuclear. Dealerships and real estate offices are overwhelmed with a 10,000% surge in orders from people eager to spend their windfalls. By day 14, the nation hits a terminal bottleneck. There is suddenly too much money chasing too few goods. Because nothing is being harvested or manufactured, the existing inventory is completely drained. Within 2 weeks, nearly every grocery shelf and retail warehouse nationwide is empty. The billions of rupees citizens plan to use for luxury are suddenly redirected. That cash becomes a desperate competitive weapon used solely to secure basic survival items like rice and clean water. This leads to day 30 and the onset of hyperinflation. When a local vendor has exactly 5 bags of rice left and a line of 50 people outside all holding a crore in their bank accounts, the vendor raises the price until 49 people drop out. Prices detach from reality. A single loaf of bread quickly scales to 50,000 rupees. Landlords realize their tenants have vast digital fortunes, and a modest apartment rents for 20 lakh rupees a month. Internationally, foreign markets recognize the new rupee is backed by zero physical output, crashing its purchasing power to zero. With a collapsed currency, India cannot buy imported crude oil or critical medical supplies. The nation's borders effectively seal shut. History has run this experiment before. In Weimar Germany during the 1920s, the government printed cash so recklessly that bundled currency became cheaper than firewood, eventually used by children as building blocks. Decades later, Zimbabwe attempted to solve its economic problems by printing notes in denominations of $100 trillion. Printing currency without producing goods always forces the money to devalue until it matches the actual physical output. Hyperinflation is the ultimate equalizer. It makes every citizen a millionaire on paper while simultaneously reducing them to poverty in reality. By month 6, the original 1 crore deposit is a ghost. A bank balance of 10 million rupees isn't enough to buy a single meal at a street vendor. But the country is now in a far worse position than it was on day 0. The intricate web of supply chains, the operational knowledge of small businesses, and the vital global trade relationships have all been shattered. Rebuilding that physical network takes decades. The true wealth of a nation consists of the tangible things a society builds and harvests: the functional power grids, the grain silos, the standing infrastructure, and the specialized labor of its people. These are the things that actually sustain life and comfort. You cannot bypass the unbreakable rule of macroeconomics. Printing new money without a simultaneous increase in the production of physical goods simply steals purchasing power from the money that is already circulating. A government can magically print currency with a keystroke, but true wealth can never be decreed. It must be physically built, day by the people.